Nobody cares about your short film. For those of you who don't know me, my name is Dirk Finstmacher. I have built a sort of pseudo following on Instagram at 124,000 followers. I am both a filmmaker and photographer. I primarily moved out to Los Angeles as an actor, but I am a storyteller by trade. So I produced and directed and shot and edited all or most of all of my short films. Just with those introductions out of the way, I think I know a few reasons on why it is that people don't like your short films and how to potentially make them eventually like it, or grow an audience or following, or get a group of core die-hard fans who eventually do invest in your filmmaking. Like all content on the internet, I believe filmmaking and also television and music, no matter what medium of an artist they all follow a few simple rules. And I also think that there's a lifespan in which all of these artistic mediums interact, both from conception with the artists themselves to eventual marketing and consumption through an audience. But I think it's easier to see this standpoint with film because the film industry has been around for about 100+ years now. The two main reasons why artists fall into a trap of not either getting viewership or funding, or even just people liking and or watching their videos on a smaller level, is because you don't like your videos. You're not in love with it. People can see the inauthentic nature of how you're creating these short films. Meaning there is this sort of all or nothing approach that I personally believe that makes art good. There's this sort of idea that you must bleed and sweat in your projects. Sort of the notion of you create it because it needs to be made, not necessarily because you're trying to collect a check or because you're trying to get views. And I think we're seeing a lot of this nowadays in the sequels and the prequels and the remakes and the rehashing of stories and the million Marvel movies and Fast and Furious movies. I think audiences are tired of seeing an authentic nature of art in Hollywood. This is why I personally think there are filmmakers and then there are artists. They're the auteurs. They're not creating a suspension of disbelief. So focus on building worlds with consistent rules. Develop relatable characters that react realistically to very insane situations, and then provide enough detail for your audience to be able to immerse themselves, to be able to get lost, to start believing the fantastical events that are happening in your world. And I would say the last reason why people don't like your films is because of the marketing. Now, the only reason films do well is because of some sort of marketing. And at this level, you have to really love what you're doing to be able to market it in a way that feels authentic and feels like people need a rally behind you. And I'm still marketing movies that I made over a year ago on Facebook groups. I'm paying for film festivals out of my own pocket. I am constantly re-showing it to my friends and family. Friends and family don't really care about what's going on in your life. I know I've gotten them to eventually because I've been able to build a sense of rapport and credibility. The reason why no one likes your films, simply put, is just because you don't like them. You don't love them. Once you start loving and like your films in the way that sort of borders obsession, at least in my instance, I've seen people get successful. I've seen success happen on my end with that. But get out there and get creating something. Don't be petrified by the fact that somebody needs to watch this. Be petrified that the fact that you're not creating it, that you're not making it, that you don't have a reason to make it. That's more scary to me. So I'm gonna link also my playlist in the description. I'm gonna start doing that, of all my short films. I'm actually working on another short film right now. I think this one's gonna be really good. Thank you for the love and the admiration on the last two. I was unable to promote them on YouTube due to religious iconography and or drug paraphernalia. But yes, thank you guys so much for supporting me and watching my movies. I do really love what I do. So cheers, guys. Have a great rest of your day and happy Valentine's.